Stampin' friends, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper. I'm here in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky, and tonight we'll be making this double Z-fold Valentine. We made this in my class this month. Everybody loved it. We're using the marbled Elegance suite, so let me show you what's included in that. It's named for this beautiful marble DSP, Designer Series paper. So I hope you can see the gold foil accents on this. Every page has gold foil on the front and a marbled effect. And then the backs are very subtle designs. So this one has hearts on the back. This one has that melon mambo and flirty flamingo. And the back is kind of a speckled. This one is real red, melon mambo, stripes, real red and cherry cobbler, and another speckled pattern. Melon mambo. Look at that. Oh, is that not just gorgeous? So this, I showed you one of each. You get two of each of those papers in the packet. That's the Marbled Elegance DSP. And then this is the stamp set and bundle. The Hearts of Elegance, which has some really gorgeous fonts for messages for Valentine's Day or anniversaries or anytime you want to send something loving. We are going to use the Be Mine today. And it comes with, it's bundled with this beautiful set of dies. Now, if you're looking for some generic heart dies, these have all different sizes and shapes. Some are embossed. I think I have maybe one of those. Hang on. Yep, here's one of those that's been cut and embossed at the same time. Kind of a stitching effect. We're going to be using this small one. And we'll be using this medium size open one. This big one can be used to make cards. I mean, you can have a whole heart-shaped card with that one. So that's the bundle. The suite also comes with gold twisted thread, which we'll be using, and the heart-shaped adhesive back heart sequins. We'll be using some of these as well. They're gold and shiny. You can tell I've already used a lot of them. We did this card in class. We're also, the other part of the suite is a package of treat bags in two different sizes. There's smaller treat bags and then the larger treat bags, and there's 8 of each, so 16 treat bags. That's all part of the suite. We won't be using the treat bags, but we'll be using everything else. And then we're also using the So Swirly embossing folder. The pieces that you're going to need for this project, you'll need a Melon Mambo card base. This is 5.5 by 6 3/8. We're going to score that. We've got another piece. This is 2 3/4 by 6 3/8. We'll score that as well. We've got DSP. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. We have a piece of cherry cobbler, the same size, 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. We've got two pieces, a piece of DSP that's 1 7/8 by 2 1/2, and a piece of basic white, the same size, 1 7/8 by 2 1/2. And then we've got a couple of scraps that we'll be using to stamp and cut with. So those are our pieces that we'll be needing. We're going to start by scoring our card base. So I'm bringing in my Simply Scored, and we're going to score this one at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. That gives us 3 equal panels, 2 1/8. So it's 2 1/8 inch panels. We're also going to score the other piece that we had, the other Melon Mambo piece, at the very same marks. So 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. When we fold our card, we'll be folding it back and then we'll be folding it forward. So this will be the front of our card with the edge over here on the left and the fold on the right. We're going to do the same thing with this piece, back and forward. So again, we've got a edge on the left and a fold here on the right. Then we're going to take our scrap of white and we're going to cut that using one of our dies. And I used this die to cut that out. And then I stamped on it. And I'm not going to make you watch me do that because I've already done it. I used the cherry cobbler and the Be Mine, and I stamped on the heart that I cut out. And then I ran it through the machine in the embossing folder, the So Swirly embossing folder. I just stuck my heart in there and ran that through the machine so that I have this piece. So hopefully you can see that that is embossed. I also took the small heart die, this one, and I ran it through on that scrap of Flirty Flamingo to cut it out. So it's cut and stitched, and that's this little guy. So we have those. So our first step is going to be to open that card. We're going to put our cherry cobbler piece inside that last flap, the last section of our card. So we're going to put that right in here. We've got a little 1/8 of an inch border. Hopefully you'll get it straighter than I am. Oh goodness. There we go. And we've got our piece of designer series paper, and we're going to put that on the front flap. So that's going to go over here on this one. And then the inside is going to be left plain. So there we go with our card base. And then we're going to bring this piece over. And on the inside, we'll put that smaller piece of DSP. Again, that's for designer series paper. We'll center that right in the center of this panel. And then we'll put our white piece. This is going to be where you're going to sign the card or write a little message. That's going to go over here on this side. And now we're ready to put this card together. So what we'll do, we're going to take this, we're going to lay it on about halfway so that we can see what we're doing. We're going to put adhesive only behind this. So we'll just be putting our adhesive on half of this. So that's about right. And then we can lay this down. We're going to center that. And we're going to adhere that. Then we're going to open our card up. We're going to fold this in and fold it up. And now we're going to close this. And you can see we're going to put adhesive right along here, and then we're going to close that down. So it's really easy. It looks complicated, but it's not. If you're doing it step by step, it's really very easy. So we'll close that and seal it. And there's our card. Now we'll put adhesive on the back of our stamped and embossed heart. We'll take our small heart. We're going to pop that one up. Probably don't need quite that many. Probably one would have been enough. Thought I had the minis there, but that's okay. It'll be secure. And we'll put this one over here. Oops, let me bring him down a little bit. Okay, so there's that one. Now we've got those little hearts and the gold thread. I've tied a bow in the gold thread. I'm going to take our little hearts. I'm going to take the larger one. I think I'm upside down. Nope. I'm going to pull him off. I'm going to put him over here. That's the larger one. I've got the little medium one. And it's going to go right up here. And then the tiny little one is going to go up here. There are our hearts. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take a glue dot, and I have some that are left over from my paper pumpkins, and I'm going to put that right in the center of this little heart and pick off the top. Take our little bow. And we'll just put it right in the center there. And then I'm going to take my fingernails and kind of pinch that glue dot up around that heart. And there's our card. So how cute is that? And as you can see, it's a whole lot easier than it looks. So I hope you enjoyed this project. I'd love to hear your comments. If you'd like to email me if you have any questions, my email is bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. My website is www.bluegrassstamper.com, and I'd love for you to pop over there. I do have more projects on my website. There's a little blue button that pops up, and if you put in your name and email address, you'll get a free tutorial immediately. But you'll also be on my email list for free tutorials. I send out free tutorials every week. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll pop back in and see me. Bye.